Hi everyone, welcome to this video. In the previous video, we saw how you can perform basic data visualizations using Seaborn. And in this video, we'll see a couple of charts that Seaborn lets you have for advanced visualization. So first of all, we have three main subcategories: categorical scatter plots, categorical distribution plots, and categorical estimate plots. So for scatter plots, we have strip plot and swarm plot. For categorical distribution plots, we have box plot, violin plot, boxin plot. And for categorical estimate plots, we have point plot and bar plot. So let's see what all these plots mean. First of all, let's just see what the categorical scatter plot looks like. So we give for X outlet size and for Y item outlet sales. Now X is a categorical variable, medium, high, and small. And sales is a continuous variable. So the kind of plot that we are going to construct is strip. So let's run this code. So the difference between strip and the basic scatter plot is, in a strip plot, one variable is actually a categorical variable. So in this case, the outlet size, medium, high, and small is a categorical variable, and sales is a continuous variable. So if you want to see the relationship between a continuous and a categorical variable, it's better you choose the strip plot. Otherwise, you choose the scatter plot. So there's another kind of categorical plot that's known as swarm plot. So for this plot, you are just going to change the kind to swarm. And here, when we run this code, you will see that this is the swarm plot. So the difference between strip plot and swarm plot is, we have on strip plot, there are many overlapping values, but this is not the case for the swarm plot because it adjusts for the overlapping points. Therefore, you get a better view of your data. The next thing that comes is the categorical distribution plots. So first of all, let's create a categorical box plot. So we have here for kind box, and we have outlet size for X and item outlet sales for Y. And since X is categorical, we have three box plots here for medium, high, and small outlet sizes. And how the distribution looks like for each outlet size is shown on the screen. Next, come into violin plots. Here we just choose the violin for kind. And we have again X outlet size and Y outlet sales. And let's run this one. And this is the violin plots. So here we have another type of distribution plots, which is boxin plots. And the only thing that we will change is the kind here. When you change the kind, you will get the boxin plots. So the difference between boxin, violin, and a box plot is, a box plot, as you see here, gives you information about interquartile, median, and outliers. So violin plot also tries to give you a feel of the distribution of the data at each point. And for boxin plot, you have information about multiple quartiles. You can choose which plot you want based on your requirement for your data analysis. The next one is the point plot. And you use the same categorical plot function here for point plot, cat plot. And here for kind, you are going to use point. Let's run this one. So you get the point plot. Similarly, if you say here kind bar, then you will get the bar plot. And here you can see you have the sales for medium, high, and small outlet sizes on the screen. So next one is the density plots. So rather than using a histogram, Seaborn provides you something known as KDE plot. So KDE is a method for estimating the density of the underlying data. Using KDE plot, you just get a smooth curve, which gives you a pretty intuitive idea of how your data is distributed. Let's run this and see. This is the distribution of your data, and this is for item visibility. And here, as you see, we have shade is equal to true, but you can choose to keep shade is equal to false. Let's do that and see how it looks like after we change this to false. And when you change the shade to false, shading below the curve just vanish. So shade is something that you can control. Shade equal to true, we get a distribution. Apart from that, we also have this plot. And this plot we have seen before. So in this plot, as you know, you can choose whether you want to have histograms or not by just giving false or true. When you have true here, you have the histogram. And you have the histogram as you see in the screen. And we can change the false and rerun this code. Now you get rid of the histogram. Next one is the pair plots. Pair plots are something very useful. This is something that we have already seen when we were discussing basics of Seaborn. But let me show you again. So we have here the iris dataset. Iris dataset is composed of iris flowers and dataset looks like this. Now let's see how pair plots look like. And this is how pair plots look like. Now each of these plots are actually trying to give you relationship with multi-dimensional data. So all the dimensions in the data like sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width. And you can be able to see how these individual columns interact with each other. So the columns that are diagonal here, as you see, basically tell about a single variable like sepal length and the distribution of sepal length for each of the species. And the species are in color-coded, Setosa, versicolor and virginica. Similarly, the diagonal element talks about sepal width here. And this is for petal length and this is for petal width. Apart from diagonal elements, every other element of visualization talks about two different variables. Like for instance, this one is with sepal width and sepal length. And it shows how are they distributed for each of different species of flowers because of the different colors. Sepal length and petal length here, this one. So this is a very useful way of quickly seeing how your underlying data is set up. And this is what you can do using the pair plot function. This was the entire data visualization using Matplotlib and Seaborn. So now as you understand data visualization as an art, so creating effective and beautiful visuals is something which we will explore more in the data visualization course. Thank you for watching this video.